one Larry.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Big Idea podcast. Before I introduce our special guest, I want to put my entry in for the world's strangest Christmas sweater. I've actually got Spider-Man dressed as Santa. So that's all. I just wanted to have that noted. We've got the pleasure of having Todd Gilbreath in with us today. Todd, so many people know you and like you, but for those that don't know you, I know anybody that knows you likes you. Tell everybody what you do and how you do it, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. It's so good to see you guys again, and it's great to be on here, and I appreciate the invite and and the opportunity to do this. So yeah, I've been in the business for 36 years, going on 37, and started out selling cars in Ohio, and then worked for DealerTrack and LeaseLink for a while, and then became an agent. And I'm fast forwarding a lot here. So
yeah,
and then I worked for a company called Dealership for Life, and then also for Premier Dealer Services, and at PDS, I had a team of guys and able to, and at DFL to implement our rewards and loyalty program. And so anyway, as of June 2nd, I became an agent again, and now I can offer even more services and products. Anywhere, to our clients, anywhere from marketing to like I said, to retention, from variable to fixed ops, the finance and insurance. So a number of products I can offer to customers. So basically when I ask a dealer, what is your biggest challenge? What are you looking for? Can we do an analysis of what your products you have right now? It gives me the ability, because of our strategic partnership alliances, to offer, better services and products to our clients to help them maximize their profits. So that, in a nutshell, is what we're doing. And since June, we are so blessed and very successful already. I mean, it's like starting over for me, but I partnered with one of our agents who's been in business for over 8 years and has got, over 100 dealerships. So I partnered with him, and it's, like I said, it's been fantastic. So it's been a great transition and start, and we're ready. We're super excited and ready for 2026.
You're starting to break up a little bit, Todd, so I hope we don't lose you at all.
He was saying, Gary, that how much he admired my sweater. Continue, Todd.
It goes right along with your what was your story? You wrote an article, and it got a lot of success from your article. And what was that? What the difference between a nun and Spider-Man? I can't even remember.
No. It was what does Spider-Man, Charlie Brown, Elvis Presley, and Mother Teresa have in common? And it's a Larry talk, Todd, and it talks about the fact that all four of them suffered from lack of self-esteem. I mean, Mother Teresa is a saint. She worked with lepers, but she had a crisis of faith. And Elvis was so nervous, he let the Svengali of Colonel Parker rule him. And Charlie Brown was always hoping that Lucy would hold the football so he could kick it, but she always pulled it away. And anybody that knows the Spider-Man story, it's Stan Lee had been reading the Bible and read the phrase, to those much is given, much is expected, and he turned it into, with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah. So that's all. It's just a message to salespeople and everyone else in the world that when you're feeling insecure and you lack in self-esteem, everybody does. Doesn't matter how handsome, how beautiful, how wealthy, how successful. Inside, we're pretty much all the same.
So,
and you made a sweater out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And with that being said, Todd, we met. You were on our podcast a few weeks ago, and so I picked up a lot of it, and now I get it. We are general agents, and what we provide to dealers is that we bring products and services. So that's where you just do it in different markets and different hubs, and I do it in different markets and different hubs, and that's what we do. And it is a great feeling when you go back to your resources that you did business with in the past, and they embrace you, and then they allow you to come into their stores and help them. I think that's probably the reward that we get as agents, because agents, we play that role and everyone, you're on that tightrope and you're watching the balance on both sides. But when you get a place where they truly appreciate you, and that they want you in the store because they know what you bring, that's the feeling that I think we all thrive for as business relationships and agents, is that you can go back to the people and that you helped in the past, and then they give you an olive branch or make it very seamless and easy for you to come back into their stores. So that's very cool. I always look for that, and that's what we look for. We want to be welcome and appreciated.
Yeah. To that point, and I give God all the glory for this, because He's given me the favor, and He's also given me the great relationships with the clients that that we have, and the people that I've been able to help over the years. And one of the owners of several dealerships, he said to me last Christmas at this time, he said to me, "Thank you so much for helping my son and helping us build our business." And we've been, doing business together for 13 years. And that was one of the best compliments that I've ever had. And man, it was just so awesome to hear that. So that you're doing well, and when you get compliments like that. So yeah, it's a really cool thing, and I'm sure you've got guys like clients like that too, Gary. So yeah, and the other nice thing too, to your point earlier, is that Gary, we're both agents, but I'm very passionate about the loyalty rewards programs and helping dealers reduce their advertising costs and not have to capture as many new customers or acquisitions, if you will, with new people coming in, because they keep losing people out the back door. And I'm helping them, retain their customers. And I'm super passionate about that, to the point where I've got alliances with other agents just like yourself, and I'm helping them with their dealers, do the same thing. So it's, I do the presentation. I will go in and do the install, and I'll actually help the agent service the account. So I'm doing that with guys in other parts of the country.
And that's awesome. And I think that that's a lot of the glue that I'm finding with this network. So this network with we'll say leaders like Larry and Mike and Riley and everybody who's been on this stage, when it comes to knowledge in the auto industry, these are top-notch knowledge. And so to collaborate, because what Riley and I are bringing to the market right now that we see is a tremendous need in the service lane. And so we're building a whole model that when we come in with our VSC provider, we're going to be training in the service lane and allowing the service department to be able to offer F&I products. And why? Because we continue to hear from experts in our market like Frank Knox and Brian Kramer and David Long, that they have to buy their own vehicles. And if they don't have a process in their service drive, they need to have a process. So Riley and I have been chatting, and we've been talking with United Car Care, and what better is every RO gets an appraisal, every RO gets a safety inspection with what's needed, and then there's a discussion where every RO gets an extended warranty or a service contract as a quote. So when they leave, they come out. So this is where we can help dealers build their funnels. And then along with working with Mike Larkin and learning how to capture first-party leads, the dealers now that would start to use our services will reduce all of their costs and drive their profits where they belong. So as you're passionate about the rewards and things like that, we're passionate about getting back into the service drive and bringing back to the community and helping the family dealers that really, some of them have never been in this position and they don't know. So you go in and help them and coach them and help them build and find their why buy here's, or find their tools that everybody likes in the store that they can use, and then it becomes a part of the whole process. So I'm gonna lean on you and watch you on a lot of stuff, because that's exactly what I'm trying to bring to my dealers in Connecticut, is that we're not looking at you.
Yeah, Gary, and it's the why buy here, why service here. And so we're helping dealers increase the value proposition to get people to buy from them today, brand new, and again in the future. And then the why service here, we're driving them into service, right? So that's really what it is about. And if you look at some of the reports that are coming out over the last several weeks, they're all saying that 2026 is going to be super important for dealers to focus on more acquisitions on the service drive and getting more sales off the streets for used cars. So it's all about acquisitions. So how do we do that? How do we get more conquest customers to the dealership to buy from them and to trade their car in, right? Or to sell their car to them. And then how do we get more acquisitions off the service drive? Well, we got to keep the customers on the service drive. And that's exactly the why buy here, why service here. And the cool thing about doing collaboration, we all know that two heads are better than one. I've been in the business a long time. So have you. We have tons of experience. But man, when you combine forces, if you will, and then it can be much better for the clients. I don't need the whole loaf. Half a loaf's better than no loaf, right? So, and it actually does benefit the client sometimes even more, most of the time even more, because now he's got these resources, this energy, and he's got these other tools that you're bringing to the table and I'm bringing to the table, and expertise of just one person. But the cool thing that I found is that over the years, it starts with trust. I trust everybody that I do business with. They trust me, and then we're able to form a program or whatever, a solution for the client that will benefit them, and it's super powerful. And of course, the ROI is tremendous.
When you take a store, and we did it for many years, we watched it, and when you got them aligned, and the salespeople started to at least look at you and talk to you, and it was like, no, we want you to come and talk to us. We want you to learn. And so today, what we were training 20 years ago is what everybody wants again today, and they're all trying to figure it out. And it comes down to a lot of what you said. It's back to the basics. It's coming up with a plan that everybody is agreed upon and trained and executed. And we watch, Mike, I was going to say.
You just triggered me with trained. Todd, I talked at length to Gary, every week, and he's retaining his clientele, but he's got to go in there and train. And some cultures, they're open to, some aren't.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a determining factor on whether you stay long or out the door as soon as you get in. What kind of tips or tricks do you use in order to retain those clients for the long term? Do you have to change their culture or train them one-on-one, be the chief repeating officer?
Yeah, so it's a combination of that and making sure that it all starts with the top, and the dealer's got to be completely bought in 1,000%, and you're becoming part of their culture, or whatever you're offering is part of their culture now, and it's implemented, and it all starts with training. So there's a saying that as it starts, so it goes. So we want to make sure that from the very beginning that we're starting the right way. We're starting off on the right foot. And so the dealers behind it, here's what I mean by that, okay, is that I was doing a training session, an installation for a brand new dealership, and the dealer was in the meeting with the salespeople. So during the training, there's a knock at the door, closed door in a big conference room. There's a knock at the door. Another, manager comes in and says, "Hey, this salesperson has a customer." And the dealer said, "You go take care of that customer. He's busy right now getting training." You talk about strong. I mean, some dealerships, they would have said,
Oh, yeah, no,
okay,
no.
salesperson, go ahead and go take care of it, right? But then
Yeah.
the salesperson misses out on the very most important part, which is how do I build more value with this customer so that they'll buy from me versus my competition? And that's what that is all about. So that's the initial part of it. They got to be bought in completely, and they've got to make it part of their culture, making sure that the people are trained. And then the ongoing part of that, Mike, as you know, is making sure that you're doing what you said you were going to do, making sure that you're doing an annual report, showing them the ROI, making sure that people are trained, that you're part of their business, that you're consulting, that you're not just coming in and checking a box. And you've got to spend time. And here's the thing that I see other people doing is that they come in, they're there for 30 minutes, and then they're out. And like, what are you going to accomplish in 30 minutes? That's going to have a lasting impact. Like when you leave, is there going to be a lasting impact? I mean, I've got dealers that's like, hey, after you left, here we are a week later, and they're still doing what you said. I'm like, well, that's great. It's because I spent 5 hours at the dealership or 3 hours or whatever it took. I didn't leave at 5 o'clock. I was there till 7:30. You've got to be, if you're investing in that business for the dealer, in his business, then there's going to be dividends coming back. And that's not the reason why I do it. I do it to help the dealer become successful. Not that I will get anything, but that they will get anything. But in turn, now you've got clients that are with you for 5 years, 10 years, 14 years. I mean, I'm super happy about that. So very, very blessed in that. And I just give God again all the glory for that.
Well, you're talking about trust and training.
Yeah.
The Olympians train for 4 years every day, and if they're off by 100th of a second, they go home without a medal. And yet, astonishingly enough, we have a poor reputation. It's not deserved, but it's still there.
Yeah.
And we have to combat that negativity. You would think that training would be the natural impulse and the natural habit and reflex. But instead, it's so hard to find dealerships that are compliant with that understand.
True.
It's the great Zig Ziglar, the late great Zig Ziglar said, training is like bathing. I recommend it daily because it doesn't last.
Yeah. Well, Larry, when you show a dealer the KPIs, the numbers, when you do a review with them and show them the reporting and show them where they're at after 6 months or a year or 2 years, and they come back and they ask, well, why isn't it higher? Well, then that's when you can say, well, here's why we can make it higher. Here's the solution. So we do more training. We do training. You lay out a plan that includes training, and then it kind of gets the point across with those dealers that are reluctant to do that. So that's to your point. I think it's kind of eye-opening for a dealer to see those numbers and then go, okay, what's the solution? And the solution is more training or to do training.
The pathways that go hand in hand with training is following the funnels and following the dealers or the customers' habits. Yeah. And the dealers that I see today that are nimble and that can make a pivot and do something to capitalize on a market, they're great. And it comes from their marketing department, and their marketing department steers where they go, and then they build on it for a month.
Yeah.
And dealers, I believe, they're starving back they want training inside their building. They want to be taught how to be nice to customers, how to know what service is. And so I think that's a wonderful future for all of us, because we can go work with dealerships that want to do it right and want to empower their people. And that's what we always look for. We look for the dealer that's the leader, and the dealer that sits in any of these meetings, that store is working in the right direction. And I see the influence. You made a good statement. In the past, dealers didn't want to have multiple agents in their stores because everybody wanted to get their service contracts. And now you made a good point. Dealer, if you have a service contract provider and you like them, wonderful. Use them. But come and listen to all the resources of the local people that are bringing new tools and embrace them because, for the last 90 days, I've been walking into the service drive and kind of like looking and saying, it's going to be a little bit of a job, but boy, is it needed. And, the service lanes have been neglected because they've always been chasing the retail. And I'm convinced that first quarter in 2026, the winners are starting in their service lane and putting processes in there to start capturing everything because they're not sending the letters out for service contract reminders. Your car's got 35,000 miles. They're not sending out, do a safety inspection. And if you are too upside down in your vehicle, we'll do a safety inspection and then help you budget a service contract. So at least while you're still paying this vehicle off, you don't have any new unexpected bills arrive on the mechanical part of your vehicle. So this is when you got customers holding on the cars 13.5 years. There's these cycles, they need help. And especially where I'm listening to all the experts on used cars is that the COVID cars are actually coming in now. And the people are more than $6,000 upside down. And they've got problems. And there's a financial situation that, dealers are going to be forced to move into new finance sources like weekly payments or things like that can help the customer afford the payments different. And so I'm waiting to see what the manufacturers are going to attempt to do. But I think there's going to be some new ways of financing cars coming pretty soon. And we'll have to see, learn, and bring them into the stores like everything else.
As my hero Ben Franklin said, when you're finished changing, you're finished.
Right. So, Larry, did I address your point with what I said earlier? Was that about the training? Is that what you meant? Yeah, good. Yeah, and Gary, I think you're right. For 2026 going forward, I mean, you've got some dealers that are selling service contracts on the service drive and other products, but I think there's going to be a bigger push for that. I mean, you've got dealers now that are offering a lifetime battery. They're looking at new products to offer to customers on the service drive. They're looking at different ways that they can pay for that RO. They can finance it. So more financing resources. How can we help you today? And maybe is there a way that we can budget this out over a couple of repairs versus the one repair? I mean, there's creative ways that I think that they're going to improve their fixed ops.
Dealers are offering service financing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and think about it. Think of the market we're missing with these cars being out there so far. You can't turn on your television without seeing a commercial for warranties. You can't answer your phone without having somebody try to, or get a letter in the mail without them saying your warranty may have expired. Well, we should be all over this market.
Here's a perfect plug. Here's a perfect plug for all of that. There's several companies out there that offer instant financing, and in the dealership, in the service lane, this now can be used for repairs, service contracts, more protection products, and that's what we're going to bring to our dealers. We're bringing that because they need the financing, and this company will give a line of credit to somebody who has a 550 or better, and now they can budget it, and then they can have the benefit of the voluntary protections to offset any future bills. So these are all confirmation is this is the new lane. It's not the showroom anymore. It's the websites. And then, with our friend, our friend Russell Hill with his, fixed ops that he's doing amazing things in the service drive. So it's for Connecticut, I know you've been some cold weather state, we're hunkering down now for January. And it's going to be miserable. We might as well start building funnels and working and getting all this stuff worked right into the tax season and right into the spring market. And we're right back at it. That's the auto industry.
Yeah, you're right, Gary. And I think that there's a room that David Long, had up last night and on all things, used cars and on the Clubhouse app. and they were talking about the word of the year. What's your word for 2026? And so I was on that for a second, and I think that like for me, it was efficient, and making sure that we are more efficient than we already are, and that we're delivering efficiency in a different way to our clients, and that we're helping our clients become more efficient as well. And I think that we have a lot of, there's a lot of great dealers out there that have great people and great processes in place, but how do they tweak it a little bit to be even more efficient? And I had to look up the word again and like, what does it actually really mean? And one of the definitions is to be the agent of a certain outcome. And I love that. And I think that that's something that for 26, that if we can deliver that to our clients and help them become even more efficient, and that we can offer, more efficient services and products to dealers, because there's a hunger for it. And we know that, there might be a little turbulence here in 26, at least that's what we're hearing. So at least in the beginning, but they're looking for ways to be more efficient and more profitable, because with that, they will become more profitable. Their ROI will become even higher. So I think that that's going forward for 26. That's my word. And I think that's what I'm going to, definitely what we're going to focus on and help our dealers do as well.
Leadership for a positive change. And that is a winner. Because you're coming to make it easier for everybody involved, and we're the agent of change, and it's a positive change, not a negative change like it was for so many years. Now it's a positive change. We can come into the sandbox and play nice with everybody and collaborate for the best interest of the dealers' customers, not the individuals inside, the dealers' customers. So that's awesome. I like that. And trust is obviously that's the most important right now.
Hey,
yeah,
Todd,
and when we do that, Gary,
these programs a little shorter, so they'll review them. What are your final thoughts on all this? And obviously, people can reach you. We're scrolling your information at the bottom.
Yeah, so I guess the final thoughts are, again, thank you guys. I mean, what you're doing is tremendous, and I really appreciate the opportunity, the outlet to do this. This is great. So, it's awesome. I just think for 26, again, just to focus on how can we do things better, be more efficient, what are some of the solutions that we can offer to clients, and can we, as Gary said, play in the same sandbox and help our dealers with a better outcome for 2026? And the answer is yes, we can. I mean, I've got clients that I played in the same sandbox with other agents for 12 and 14 years. And so I think yes. And again, like you said, it starts with trust. So yeah, I think 26 is going to be great for all of us. I'm really excited about it. And, I look forward to what's going to happen here in the future.
Shout out to Sydney's Steak Rub is Todd's side gig. So look it up. More to come on that.
Listen, we wish you all,
that's right.
We wish you all the healthiest of holidays, and only because Gary Silman insisted. Here it is, Gary. Ho ho ho! Man, you just felt like the big guy was in the room. Everybody, stay healthy, Todd. Thank you so much. And we'll.
All right, thanks, guys.
Are we on next week? Next would be Friday, day after Christmas.
We haven't scheduled anybody based on the holiday right now, and so we can chat about
the 26th.
Yeah. So we'll news to be announced.
Well, thank you guys. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much.
Happy Hanukkah. Everybody stay healthy, and we'll see you all soon.
Enjoy the weekend.
Great.
Thanks, everybody.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Good seeing you, Todd.